Salam dostlar, menim adım Эдуард Тарусовдыр. Приветствую вас, друзья, меня зовут Эдуард Тарусов. Greetings, my friends, my name is Эдуард Tarusov. In this video, I'm going to color an exterior elevation for a house that I'm working on. As you can see, this is a daylight house that was drafted in Autodesk AutoCAD application. My goal is not to spend too much time and deliver very beautiful colored exterior elevation. This process can take anywhere from an hour to 4 hours, if not more, depending on your Photoshop skills, the size, and the complexity of the house that you're working on. My clients do not ask for these drawings. I provide them at no cost because my goal is to not satisfy my clients but to amaze them. This is how every architect and designer has to think. You must put your clients' needs and wants before anything else. You are their pencil. Clients should have their jaw dropped the whole time when they're reviewing your final set for two big reasons. Reason number one, you did an absolutely astonishing job. Reason number two, you did a horrible job and they do not know how to react to it. In that case, R-U-N, run. I had a very humble beginning when I started architecture, but I loved architecture and I've worked towards my dreams day and night. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm doing this. Why? Because this is what I love to do. I truly love architecture. If you're an architect or designer and you don't enjoy every single moment of your job and what you do, I have to disappoint you. You are in the wrong field. As you can see, I'm using Adobe Photoshop application to color this 2D exterior elevation. This can be done in any other photo editing software per your choice. Keep in mind, it's not the tools that you paint the painting with, it's you. You are the reason why the things turn out the way they do. Repetition and constant practice is the key to success. No one can put in any knowledge or experience in you other than you. If you're only 10 or 15 years old and you want to become an architect, you need to start practicing drawing right now and think like an architect. Right now is the time. If that is your goal, stop this video and start practicing your skills. Please remember that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have one and not be prepared for it. So start thinking like an architect. Start telling yourself that in 5 or 10 or how many years you will be the best architect ever known to man. You have to be hungry for knowledge and experience, and it will come to you. Don't waste time on the silly things. Life is just too short. Finally, when you have your tool open, what I like to do is to have as little as 2 or 3 layers. Background, white, the transparent black and white, vector-based exterior elevation, and sometimes I put images in between those 2 layers. I try not to use too many images as it makes it look too realistic and it eats up a lot of time. I want this to look very sketchy or very plain, nothing fancy. You can, however, if that's the look you're going after. While I'll be painting, I'll talk to you about the love towards architecture and why you should take your architectural skills to the next level. The thing I've learned in life is that you have to have goals and dreams. We, the designers and architects especially, we have to have a plan. That's what we do. Every person on earth has to have a dream, goals, and a plan how to get there. You can later revise it. Your mistakes and experiences will teach you good lessons in life. And if you learn from them, you'll grow. Same goes for the design. No architect, no doctor or engineer was always good at what they did the way they do now. It's a journey. It's months and years and sleepless nights that led towards where they are now. Some of us never even knew where we're gonna be in 5 or 10 or 15 years. And here we are now. I would like to encourage you to always be the best version of you, to do the best work you can do, to think outside of the box, to be open-minded. One time my nephew asked me a very good question. He came very sad after school and said to me, "You know, I'm very tired of listening to teachers say, you have to think outside of the box and or escape the box that you're in. But what happens when you're outside of the box? What's next?" He literally astonished me with such a simple question. He was only 5 years old at that time. I smiled and answered, "Well, my friend, in real life, when you escape one box, you automatically end up in another one, but much bigger one." He smiled and said, "What if you escape that box too?" I answered, "You'll end up in another box, much bigger than the one you were in before." He says, "What's the point of trying to escape the box if you'll always end up in another box?" I replied and said, "That's right. You'll still be in the box, but much bigger, with a fewer people who don't know what's on the outside of this one box, and much more air to breathe." He took a big breath and walked away. Sometimes kids teach us big lessons. It's true that in life, you should never stop learning and growing. If you think that graduating from school or college is the end of learning, you will be doomed forever. If you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you have to be hungry. It's what Les Brown always says. You always have to be hungry. Never eat so much that you can't get up after a meal. Instead, leave the table half hungry so that you can come back in the short time for some more. You always have to be hungry for everything, hopefully for the good. Hungry for love, hungry for knowledge, hungry for good experience, hungry for self-improvement. You have to be hungry. Choose your future, visualize it, make a plan and follow your plan. Don't look back unless you want to go back in the past. Never ever stop learning. Constantly grow in whatever field you're in. If money is the motivator for your career, it's a horrible idea. Don't do it. Only do what brings you endless amount of joy. Constantly work on self-improvement. Read a minimum of 12 books per year and never ever give up on your dreams. Keep on telling yourself that it's not over until I win. At the beginning of this year, I decided to read a minimum of 24 books a year. It's not even June yet, but I'm already wrapping up my 27th book. Some of them I read more than 3 times. I have never read even one book before the beginning of this year, when I decided to completely change my life. Don't be afraid to fail at whatever you do. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. So don't be afraid to fail. I don't know what your dreams are. I don't know what you hold in your head, but I just know that your dreams are possible. Don't ever get comfortable in the situation you're in. Don't stop growing. Don't stop stretching or pushing yourself forward. Be crazy, be different. Finally, when you're ready to design and produce construction documentation, start looking for the projects. Be hungry for work. Remember that no one can do it for you but you. It's you. Don't say that you have a lot of problems in your life. You have just one. It's the person you see in the mirror all the time. Make a contract with that person. Let the whole world know about yourself. Show them what you have to offer. Show them why they need to choose your service over Bob's the next door. Your potential clients have to be able to see that you have a plan of action, that you're relentless, and that you're full of astonishing ideas for their future house. It's time to terminate this not exactly scientific video. I would like to urge you to wake up, grip a pen, and draw a house for somebody. And if humans that are not overachievers and are not crazily passionate about architecture try to humiliate you or your work, all you have to say is this: Sen kim zen, Gershenetek, ty kto takoj, davai do svidania. Who are you? Goodbye.